Justin Tucker has officially been released by the Baltimore Ravens. The allegations came in on January 30th, and just about 3 months later, he is officially off the team. Welcome into the Ravens Rundown. I am your host, Joey Peterson. We're going to be breaking this down all episode long today. Make sure you guys stay put, stick with us, and lock us in right now for the rest of eternity. This is exactly why you sub, okay? Every single time the Baltimore Ravens make a move, when breaking news happens, we're right here on the channel as quickly as we can, getting you guys a video. So if you have not yet, join us right now by subscribing. So it happened, ladies and gentlemen. The big question mark for the entirety offseason so far was what is going to happen with Justin Tucker. Will Justin Tucker be a Baltimore Raven in 2025? The answer to that is no. And my initial reaction from this entire news is I'm not surprised, guys, okay? Once Tyler Loop was drafted in the 6th round of the NFL draft, early in the 6th round of the NFL draft, a round in which Baltimore had 4 selections, they chose him in the 1st of that 6th. Everybody kind of knew that the writing on that wall meant that Justin Tucker's future in Baltimore was in jeopardy. Okay, now the part that I am surprised about is John Harbaugh spoke to the media yesterday and made it seem like it would be a football decision, and releasing him this early kind of makes it feel like it wasn't. Here's what Harbaugh had to say on Tyler Loop, the new kicker. You have a rookie kicker in here. You took him early in the 6th round. He's a talented guy from a football standpoint. Salary cap, all the different things that you just take into consideration. Whatever we decide to do over the next few weeks will be based on football. So there's a part of me that isn't surprised that this happened in general. But there is a part of me that is a little bit surprised that they didn't at least wait until the investigation was done. Now, I don't know why that happened, okay? I'm not going to throw out any theories here or anything like that, but all I know is that they didn't wait for the investigation to wrap up, because when John Harbaugh spoke just a few days ago, he says they're still investigating us. They're still investigating. They haven't let us know anything, which they shouldn't. He mentioned that as well. And then he said, right, it would be a football decision. And then a few days later, kind of when everybody wasn't expecting it, Justin Tucker is no longer a Baltimore Raven. Gianna Hahn tweeted this out just yesterday, said it was nice to hear and see Tyler Loop kick live. This is from John Harbaugh. It's nice to hear it. He said he thinks Loop made all of his field goals at practice. Loop has a big leg, but they were also impressed by his process. And at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, I think that Baltimore made the correct decision. I think the Baltimore Ravens made the correct decision in drafting a kicker. Now, I don't love the fact that it was Tyler Loop. I would have rather had Ryan Fitzpatrick, the kicker out of Florida State. Maybe you could have still gotten Tyler Loop in the 7th round, but regardless, it was the right decision to draft a kicker. And I think with everything that has happened with Justin Tucker since January 30th, all the articles, all the allegations, everything that he had to say, well, it just was time. Especially with that, mixed with the fact that he wasn't even, he was a bad kicker in 2024. Let's call a spade a spade. He lost you a lot of games. There's a lot of games. I think back to Pittsburgh. I think back to Philadelphia, where if he makes a few more of those kicks, you've got a chance to win it, and you don't. So that, mixed with the fact that you got a new kicker, and all of the outside distractions and the amount of allegations, I think everything culminated. This was the correct decision by Baltimore. Something to note, a post-June 1st cut with Justin Tucker, Baltimore saves $4.2 million. Now, we don't know as of right now whether Justin Tucker is designated as a post-June 1st release. I don't think he is, because it was just the tweet of the Baltimore Ravens have released Justin Tucker. In that case, they're not going to save that much money, but still, they will save some money. Eric DeCosta released a statement, had a lot of really, really interesting things to say. He said, sometimes football decisions are incredibly difficult. This is one of those instances. Considering our current roster, we have made the tough decision to release Justin Tucker. Justin created many significant and unforgettable moments in Ravens history. His reliability, focus, drive, resilience, and extraordinary talent made him one of the league's best kickers for over a decade. We are grateful for Justin's many contributions. We sincerely wish him and his family the very best in this next chapter of their lives. And that's the interesting thing about all of this. Is, like I said off the top a couple of minutes ago, the investigation isn't over. It's still going on. And so there's a little bit of like weirdness in the fact that there's no closure almost. And so in that statement, Eric DeCosta is saying things like, right, this is incredibly difficult. He's made many significant, unforgettable memories in Ravens history. He says a lot of great things about Justin. And that's because, as of right now, there's still allegations that are being investigated. So all of that just kind of makes it a little bit surprising, because when I thought this thing would end was when the investigation was over. Okay? Whether it was ending in the fact that he was not guilty and they're keeping him on the team, or it was ending in the fact that he was guilty and then that's when they decided to release him. The timeline, it all started on January 30th. 6 women accused Justin Tucker. Then Tucker responded. Then just 2 days later, 3 more women came out. And then 2 weeks after that, 7 more women came out and accused Justin Tucker. And then it kind of went into a standstill where Eric DeCosta, John Harbaugh, they commented on it. They got asked about it at the combine. They responded. But like no new information came about. Once the investigation started by the National Football League, everything was kind of zipped tight like it was a Ziploc baggie. Which it should be. It's an NFL investigation. We know that they interviewed at least 3 of the women. We talked about it a few weeks ago, probably about a month ago. We know that the interviews lasted about 90 minutes. But other than that, that's it. Okay? That's it. Now, I mentioned Justin Tucker responding, which he did do automatically. I'm curious if he's going to do the same thing to this release. I'm sure that he will. The day it happened, you can kind of guess that he might have known it was coming because he had a full typed out statement ready to go. And he said the following, did not mince his words at all. The allegations in the Baltimore Banner article are unequivocally false. I've never been told that I was not welcome at any spa. This article takes innocuous interactions. They are no longer recognizable. This is desperate tabloid fodder. And then he ended it all up by saying these allegations are false. Again, not holding back at all and incredibly hurtful. And that was, I feel like, the most interesting part about all of it, is that there was no response of Justin Tucker that said, I'm not going to further comment on this. We're going to wait for my lawyers to figure things out. We're going to wait for the NFL investigation to run its course. He just came out and straight said, you know what? This is desperate tabloid fodder. These allegations are false. Now, we won't know until the investigation is over, but what we do know as of right now, and for the foreseeable future, and most likely for the rest of ever, Justin Tucker is not a Baltimore Raven. Tyler Loop, this now is your special teams unit. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button before you get on out of here. Try to keep you guys as updated as we can. Make sure to lock us in right here at the Ravens Rundown.